Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Smiles in a Box. That's the new name for our unboxing videos. That name was suggested by good friend to the library pantry, and I mean a good friend, Mike. Hey, Mike. And a lot of people liked it, aside from myself, so we're going to roll with Smiles in a Box. And with that being said, the day before yesterday, we got one package. So I said, I'm not going to set up and do a video for one box. Not to say that what was inside that box wasn't important. It was. It's just a lot of work to set up for these videos and everything. And so I said, I'll just hold it off to the side and do it with the next day's, which was yesterday's, unboxing, Smiles in a Box session. But the mailman did not get here until way after dark. And so I said, well, let me do it first thing in the morning. And so here we are. First box. I already know who sent this box. Speaking of, filler paper. This is just, loose leaf paper. Ballpoint pens. I need the link for this because I got those big pens on there, and I just took them off today. I went through the list because sometimes you have to purge that list because prices increase, and I saw something that was on the list. I forget what it was. I think it was deodorant and boat, and it was like $80 something, and I was like, I know these people looking at me like I done lost my mind. But I promise you that's not what it was when we put it on there. It was probably on a special, and then it went up. But, it happens. But, no, I definitely don't expect you guys to buy $80 something deodorant, So I have to purge those lists. One of the things that I purged from that list, by the way, was the throw blanket. I think it was like an Amazon basic throw blanket. And then I put on there a full-size blanket. And I put that on there because I never told you guys about the homeless couple that come. There are an unhoused couple, and I've worked in homeless advocacy, and I know homeless when I see homeless. And they come in this like a little kind of like beat up white Nissan, and they only grab whatever they need for the day to eat. They don't come that often, mind you. They don't come that often. And they mostly want the toiletries, like body wash, deodorant, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what they go for. But I haven't seen them in a couple of weeks. And, their car is full and everything. And so I put that blanket. It's like $20. I think it's at the top of the list. It's got to be because I put it on there. For people like them in mind, and also because I don't want y'all to think that y'all buying me blankets. I have more than enough blankets. As a matter of fact, I never put anything on that list for personal. I've said it before, but sometimes you have to just kind of let people know because there are new people who are encouraged to donate. And I want you to all know that if there's anything on that list and if you're like, well, why does she want this? It looks personal. I promise you it's not personal. It has something to do with that library pantry. It's nothing for me. Don't get me wrong. Things are tight for my husband and myself, but we can still afford our life for the most part, the basics, but like everybody else, shit is expensive for us too, but not so expensive where I would take advantage of you all in that kind of a way. These are ballpoint pens. I can't get it open, so. And then 9 Lives cat food. Cat food and dog food are one of those things that you cannot put a lot in the pantry at the same time because it will get wiped out. One person that has a dog will take all the dog food, or one person who has a cat will take all the cat food. And, I don't blame them for that. I don't, because people want to feed their pets. They love their animals, which is why, we were encouraged and inspired to put pet food in the library pantry. But other people have pets too. So I have to that's one of those things that I have to micromanage, and I sure hate it. I love that you are doing this, Mike. Mike sent us 2 things of ravioli. Mind you, I told you the people love this ravioli, and I was so glad to be able to find like a 4-pack for under $5. So if you're ever encouraged or inspired to send something, this always goes relatively fast and it's relatively inexpensive, and you know, it can feed someone for a night. Mike promised the library pantry some school supplies, and he did not let us down. Thank you, Mike. Let's go to the next bag. Let me stop talking so much. It's so hard not to talk to you guys because I told you, you're like the friends in my head. And I don't, this is the most, there's no, I don't know who sent this, but Octavia Butler, can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. I don't think I've read this one. Sometimes y'all will send a book so good, I will sneak and read it and then put it in the pantry. I've done that 2 times already. It gets in there though. Okay, let's see. Next package. Pins again. So this was obviously Mike again. They split up your shipment. Someone told me, I believe it was Michelle, because it says enjoy your gift. I believe it was Michelle. And I didn't know this. That when they split up your package, they don't put the name on it either. But they should, because, especially if it's off of a wish list, because how would I know? Oh my God, thank you. Thank you. Woo, child. Thank you. Woo! 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 We always need diapers. We always need diapers. Now, again, I took those boxes that were like $55 off the list, and I broke them down into packs like this. So if all you've got is an extra $10, grab us one of these. They go so fast, y'all. They go 100 times faster than baby food does even. Because there are lots of social safety nets that will provide, baby food for infants, but not diapers. And so the mothers with few options, they be struggling trying to buy these, y'all. I remember being a young mother and struggling to buy diapers and, feminine hygiene products. $10. You can keep a mom from crying for a day, because trust me, when you don't have diapers, you're crying. I remember those days. What is this? What is this? Chef Boyardee. I think it's... Somebody got fancy on us. What? What? It's the microwave version of... Look. Whole box. I'm not going to take them all out. Oh, spaghetti and meatballs. I don't think we had that on the list. Look at. Aren't they just adorbs? Oh my goodness. Plasticware. Spoons. Who sent this box? Well, of course. Of course. Shirley Reese. Thank you, Shirley. And let's see. Y'all. They say they're marketing these as jumbo snacks, y'all. Just in case you see them on the list. These are not, these are just cereal in chip bags. That's all. They can absolutely 100%, this is cereal. It's just cheaper. Okay? It's just cheaper. When I was pregnant with my oldest son, I love these things. And I am not a cereal eater. There's only literally one cereal that I can stand, and that is Banana Nut Crunch. I am not, even as a kid, I was just not a cereal eater. But when I was pregnant with that boy, who is a huge cereal eater, by the way, when they were growing up, my whole top of my refrigerator was covered in their cereals, just their different cereals. And they knew that they had to get up and start cleaning on Saturday, because by the time we hit, we were done, we had to hit the grocery store. Ooh, all that energy I had when I was young. And they knew that if they cleaned up, the right way the first time, they could pick whatever cereal they wanted. And honey, my kids had some expensive taste, honey. They did. But they got their cereals, and they were able to eat whatever they wanted to eat. When I was a kid, here I go talking again. When I was a kid, what my parents used to do to me that I used to just absolutely hate? They would make me, and this is nothing against anybody. Yeah, I'm sure y'all have y'all reasons for how y'all do things, but we're not all the same. I remember on Fridays, my parents would, they would go to this place called Dot and Etta's Shrimp Hut in Detroit, Michigan. And they would get them like these shrimp dinners with fries and everything, or sometimes they get fish. And they would, but this is when I was an only child before my brother came along. My half brother came along. And my mom's husband, her first husband, was my brother's father. He wasn't my father. He did adopt me when I was a year old. But he wasn't my father. But they would put me in the kitchen by myself with a hot dog on a piece of like Wonder Bread. And they would eat their shrimp dinners and they would eat their fish. And I remember saying, well, why can't I have that? And I remember her husband saying, well, you won't be able to eat around all the bones or everything, for the fish, because the fish had bones in it. And I think that was just something that they told, years later when you're older, you realize that that's just some bullshit that they told a kid, because they sold chicken dinners. It was just the fact that I felt so excluded and alone in that. And because of that, I never, ever did that to my kids. Even like when we would go to some place like, say, Red Lobster. If my 12-year-old wanted a lobster out of the tank, I bought it for him. I just don't think you should just do that to kids. You know what I'm saying? At least for me, it made me feel alienated. It made me feel alone. It made me feel excluded, and it made me feel not as valuable. And I hated that shit. I did. I could see giving a kid hot dogs and pork and beans when, say, you're making something that has to do with a more sophisticated palate, or the kids just don't like what's being cooked. That's different. But they played me like that every Friday, and I hated it. Oh my God, listen to me telling y'all my childhood trauma. I'm sorry. I apologize. But anyway, I'm sorry. I just trauma dumped on y'all. I'm so sorry. Anyway, listen, that's what these are. But this was the one cereal. I don't know. It was just, I craved it when I was pregnant with that kid. We have two boxes left. Let's get this one over here. Is this cereal too? This is cereal too. Oh, these are the ones with the little spoons, y'all, that the Stand By Me. Let's see who sent this. It says, enjoy your gift. More likely than not, Shirley Reese sent this and this. I can't swear on it, but it just seems like her style. Plus, when they break up shipments, they won't put the name on the other shipments, so we don't know. And that's the reason why they should. So I'm gonna assume that Shirley sent this too. If Shirley didn't send it, and I'm giving Shirley credit for your shipment, baby, you better speak up. Speak up. But look, these are awesome because we have that shelf-stable milk in there, right? And they can just pour that in there, going on about their business. They can also take one of these and a shelf-stable milk, and they can take that home and have it in the morning, mind you. I think that's just great. I do. I told you, I'm a bit of a nerd, and stuff like that excites me. Oh, someone sent some more orange juice. Let's see who did this. I put out a call for more orange juice, and someone heard me. Who was it? I love the community pantry. You have spent so much time and effort on. Will continue to support your work when I can. From Carrie Coleman. Thank you, beloved. Excuse me. Y'all, when I tell y'all, speaking of which, Carrie, when I tell y'all the backs of my legs are so sore because the day before yesterday, I reorganized everything. You know, I always FIFO. So sometimes things can get disorganized because I FIFO. You know, first in, first out. For those of you all who have not worked around food or the restaurant industry or someplace like that, restocking shelves and food products. That's what FOFO means. First in, first out. And it's just a way that, you know, the older stuff goes first so that things don't sit on the shelf and then expire. So I did that. Excuse me. And I put all like stuff with everything. I put all the meats together, all the proteins, all the snacks, all the breakfast drinks and the afternoon drinks, the pasta together, the rice together. I separated the children's books from the adult books, from the coloring books. I've been wanting to do that for a minute now, so I finally got to that. Separated all of the men's toiletries from the women's toiletries. Put all the toiletries together in one place. Put all the canned soups together. Put the dog foods together. Put the cat foods together. It was a lot, and it took me hours to do. So those are the things that you all do not see behind the scenes. Anyway, this is the end. I know I kept y'all alone. Again, I apologize for trauma dumping on y'all again. But this ends this session of Smiles in a Box. Don't you just love that name? I love it. I do. Now I'm going to get out here because today is a coat distribution day. And I got to get out there with those coats. And then I got to make sure that we have plenty of breakfast food in that pantry. I just stopped to do this for a minute. So you all get on with your Saturday. And thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the wonderful support. I love y'all so much.